make sure it's kosher. Lean on me like Bill Withers until you smell the roses.
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscriber died trying. Lessons I've learned from 20 to 40. So, one of the interesting lessons I had to learn was whatever ideology you really believe in your 20s, understand that's gonna affect your 30s and 40s, whether it's the positive ideology or the negative one. So if you think that you can, if you go down this particular ideology and it's a good thing, you're gonna reap the benefits of it in your 30s and 40s. If you do that with these ideologies and it's a bad thing, you made your bed of nails, so you're gonna have to lay in it in your 30s and 40s. Lesson. I would advise you in your 20s to probably, if you can, work on buying a home. For you people who, whether it's a 30-year mortgage, whether it's a 15, whatever, if you can do it in your 20s. Because if you do it in your 20s, say if you're 25 and you do a 15, if you can do a 15, you can be consistent with that. When you're 40, your house will be paid off. See what I'm saying? 55 if you did 30, right? And the reason I say that is this. Because what you wind up seeing is when you see people in their 30s and 40s, they live in apartments and condos and townhomes. Unless they, like, if they paid and they live in a condo, they probably pay for the condo, or the townhome. But if you like in apartments, like, you're going to run into people in their 30s and 40s who might be stuck in that space. So, and over time, a mortgage is going to wind up being less than rent. And even with the bills, because when you're depending on which floor, like I used to have an apartment that was on the third floor. I didn't realize how high my electricity bills were until I got a house. And I'm like, man, what the heck? But on the third floor, the heat rises, so, they charge you more. Even if you don't use it. You get what I'm saying? So, that was a lesson. When it came to meeting people, dating and all that, vet in the sense of long term. Because people might be fine when you meet them, but their lifestyle might not keep them fine. They might be fine at 25, but when you see them at 35, their lifestyle, you knew the lifestyle they were living, it was just downhill. So they don't look the same. Same thing with, guys, if you dating chicks and she's like slim, but she has a shape on her, you're like, I need somebody thicker than that. Well, listen, if she real cool, she'll get thicker if you really, that's what happens. But if her mind right, that's where you should go. Same thing with the ladies. Y'all kind of go down that, I want the hottest guy, not, guy with the most clout, let's just say. And then while you chasing the hottest guy, you've dumped a bunch of guys when they fell off and ignored a bunch of guys before they got on. So by the time you get maybe mid 30s, if you keep playing that game, the guy you looking for is the guy that you looked over. Another lesson. Don't try to impress people that you don't know. Like, be comfortable in your own skin, be comfortable in your own shoes, and do what you like to do. Because you can waste a lot of time and money trying to impress and attract people that, frankly, don't care. And a lot of times I see people going through these phases where they were this and then they were that and they were this and they were that because they were trying to prove it to themselves. And ultimately, when it all was said and done, even the persona that they created for themselves, they gave it up, and was just like this. I'm me. I'm gonna be me after a certain point in time because it wasn't worth it. Uh, Family and friends, and I don't know how to say this. If you're productive, your family and friends are gonna understand that you can't talk all the time because you're busy. If you're unproductive, you're probably gonna be tight with family and friends who are unproductive, and y'all might spend years talking about nothing and doing nothing. So the family and friends, when you're productive, y'all catch up. You catch up. Months might go by. Weeks might go by. Months might go by. Or sometimes some people years might go by. But as long as you stay productive, people can understand it and respect it and rock with it. Uh, when I was in my 20s, I was thinking about my future. And then when I got late 30s, I was thinking about my grandkids' future. So the lesson is like, I think I went through a short stint where I was afraid about mortality, but it's weird. But um, you make better decisions when you're looking 30, 40, 50 years ahead, and it's excuse me, it's easier to make sacrifices. The other thing is, don't let your bucket list control you. Do the things that you want to do with your life, but don't let your bucket list make you make bad decisions with your time and money. You know, because if you got to earn your bucket list. You can't just do your bucket list. But that's just a few, man. Tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe, or die. Try and catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
You ever been to the top of the universe? I'm gonna take you.